So it's Wednesday, the 28th of February 2024. Now, I'm giving you another filmette. There's quite a few filmettes this week. So, a little bit of an update and a little demonstration on how I'm going to do my teapot lid flowers. Okay, so here's the update. I've put together all the oranges, and of course the oranges are external grade. So I've got generally two types of orange, and then I've got Unctuous Deliciousness in a variety of forms, whether it's iridescent shapes and circles and all sorts really. I am going to add some flowers, just like the ones I used in the actual mosaic, and if I can find them, some butterflies as well. And I've got a little variety of bluebirds as well, so I'm hoping that I'll find them. I've got an idea where they are. So what I've done so far is just concentrated on the glass iridescence and putting a line through that so I can glue them down so that we've got a little continuation. And this is going to be, like I say, a simple oranges, perhaps some reds and some lovely mango coloured glass pieces, as well as some goldy bits. So I'm hoping that I will, this is just a serving suggestion at the moment, so I'm hoping to have flowers, teapot lid flowers as well as flowers. So I'm going to map that out at some point soon, probably later today or tomorrow more likely. Yeah, so I'm going to give you a little demonstration on how I make my teapot lid flowers. So let's just pause. So, teapot lid flowers. I've mixed up a batch of BAL Max Flex Fibre external grade tile adhesive, or thin set as you Americans would call it, and some Australians I think. So I've made it quite thick and yogurty, as it were, thick yogurt of a Greek variety I would suggest. So here's one I've done earlier. So when I did my teapot lid flowers for the adjacent wall, I used back in the day grey Max Flex Fibre. And what I've done is infilled it and then flatten it, and then I will use my Rewmar Flexy Fix, and I'll pop that on there and squeeze it onto the board. And then I'll add some petals around it, I reckon. I don't think they'll just stand alone as teapot lids, although that would be quite weird. I have got a variety of teapot lids that I may or may not use. There's quite a selection. This is a kiln craft. I think this was a sugar jar or a container of some sort. But I only got these. So, and then, when you buy a beautiful piece of ceramics and the rest of the thing breaks, like the handle breaks, but this was a lid for a cup. I may or may not use it. I quite like it as a cover actually, so I might keep it, and it might go back downstairs into the kitchen. I've got, like I say, I've got all sorts. Some are quite deep as well. So that's the variety. Now I've already infilled some of the lids. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Yum! So I've just used a container so that I can prop it on, and then it stays in its place and it won't dip down, although it's not that creamy that it'll slough off to one side, but I just thought keeping it nice and level is a good plan. And when it cures a bit more, I might just level them off a little bit more, smooth them down. It's not a massive drama if they're not, because the Rewmar Flexy Fix will infill around all the undulations, as it were. But so long as it's more or less flat. This one's a cute one. Look at that little mushroom. It's like a little mushroom. So I've got those two. And I've got this beautiful one. So what I'm doing is just selecting my favourites to use on my Desi dancers. And I'm using a rubber kidney, the kind you'd find in ceramic shops and online. So it's just quick as you like, really. You know, popping it in, squeezing it down. Now this one does have holes in it, but the tile adhesive is so thick it's not going to ooze out. So that's basically it, really. Let me show you again. Let's use one that's a little bit shallow. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Can you imagine the petals? I can use iridescent colours or tiles. That's the trick of it, really, because often you think, well, how am I going to use this in the future? But, you know, tile adhesive is your answer. There you go, see? There you go. That's quick as you like. So I'm going to continue this with the other babies and get rid of all the excess as well. There you go. Just to tidy it up, really. But you know, tile adhesive is very forgiving. You can clean it up. Grout is a bit of a pain to get rid of all the excess nonsense. So yeah, and then I'll prop it up over here like so. There you go. And it'll probably take 24 hours to completely dry because it's quite thick. So there you go, and that's how I make my teapot lid flowers. I will I'll just go downstairs. I'll pause this again and go downstairs and show you the teapot lid flowers from outside. So this is my garden where you know, this is where the Desis are going to be. So that's why I decided to use these teapot lid flower heads. So it kind of corresponds with this one. So as you can see, I've used all sorts here. Look, we're all mad here. A little bit of Alice in Wonderland, a little bit of gold there. Now, you know, these were quite flimsy kind of bits of crockery, really, and infilling it with tile adhesive has really made it stand out, as it were. So look at that one there. It's quite funky, I think. There's another place where I've got them, teapot lid flowers, in the side. Let me just go and open the door for you. So this is the dining room with my mandala mosaics, which you can find on YouTube on the filmettes there. And then I've got Saraswati here, looking gorgeous. And here's the external mosaic through the front doors. So this is the other one. And these are the teapot lids. Well, that makes it quite obviously a flower. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do that. Now these are internal grade, but they've not had any crackle or any kind of nonsense on them. So they've worked really well. I really like that one. They're so funky. And this one here. So yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is what my house looks like. So it's Caroline Cherrywell, Mango Mosaics, over and out. See you soon.